USA Monde.
Good morning, my beautiful people. This is John from USA Monde. Welcome back to Sunday Talk episode number 61. Okay, today is Sunday. I hope your day is going well as planned. So today I'm gonna go over some of the questions you guys sent me. I'm gonna go over at least 10 questions and give you my answer for those questions. And also at the end, I'm gonna check a U.S. embassy's update of one country. I'm not gonna tell you the country yet. Just stay tuned, and you will see which country I'm gonna talk about today. Okay. So without wasting time here, let's get started. The first question today we're gonna come from Jilly Cobalt. Here is the question. We have been approved, but our case hasn't gone to the embassy. It was approved in March. Why it is not at the embassy yet? Well, thanks for the question. I know a lot of you guys have that question. Your case was approved. When this person say the case was approved, meaning that they were documentary qualified, because if it was approved at USCIS, it will go to NVC. But since this question is about reason why the case didn't move to the embassy, it means that it were documentary qualified at NVC level. Okay, so one thing you have to know is that NVC is not the one that made a decision to move your case to embassy. Okay, the embassy is the one who's gonna tell NVC to schedule an interview if they have a spot available. If there is no spot available, NVC cannot do anything. Okay, and the other thing you have to think about is whether or not the U.S. consulate of that country where you, the intended immigrant, will go for the interview, resume their visa services. Okay, and then the third thing is whether or not you are affected by the immigration suspension. So there is a lot of reason why your case didn't move to NVC, actually on U.S. embassy yet. Okay, so you just have to be patient, and eventually NVC gonna contact you and let you know that they schedule an interview for you, and then they will send you a notification regarding your interview appointment. Okay, that's how it works. All right, let's move to another question. This one will come from, let me see here, student nurse studies. Here's the question. Thank you for the info. My status said at NVC, and then when I try to proceed, the following pop-up comes. Please be advised that the case that you have attempted to access is not eligible for further processing by the National Visa Center at this time. Please contact the National Visa Center if you believe that you have received this message in error. What will I do? Anyone experience this? Well, most of the time you will receive that kind of message if let's say you receive a notification from NVC, you get a case number, invoice ID to start the process. But when you log into it, you get this message, meaning that there is a limitation on in your visa category. Therefore, you have to wait till NVC notify you again to start the process, to start the immigrant visa process. Okay, so if there is a limitation, you always get that kind of message. It doesn't mean that you cannot continue the process, but it just means that you have to wait till NVC contact you again to start the immigrant visa process. Okay, but if there is no limitation, after you receive the invoice ID and case number, you can log into the computer electronic application center and start the process. Okay, that's what it is. So you just have to be patient. Be patient till you receive another notification from NVC to start the process. Okay, let's move to another one here. Another question will come from, let me see, Sharon Lagasca asked this question. Hi John, can I use the Genuine Scan app to send the tax an affidavit to NVC. Well, this app, I'm not familiar with this type of app, but what I know is that any app that you can use to scan a document, I think that will work. The main thing is to scan the document and then upload it to the Computer Electronic Application Center, NVC. Okay, so as long as you can do that, I don't see any problem. Just make sure when you scan the document, it's clear before you send it to NVC. That way they won't reject the document because it's unclear. Okay, so yeah, any app that can help you to do that, just go and use it. And another question today, this one will come from Kadene LG. Hi John, we submit our case to NVC July 31st. How long after we submit our document before we hear back from NVC? Our daughter is 11 years old. I haven't seen in 5 years. She has been doing her own research on the process. On my way home from work, she called me, asked if her case could be expedited. Can we request our case to be expedited now, or is too soon? She's ready to be with us, and we are ready to have her here with us. She haven't met her 3 years old sister. It pained my heart to tell her we just have to wait until NVC get back to us. I could hear the disappointment in her voice, but God is in the center of our situation. Well, thanks for the message. It's a little bit sad, that your daughter cannot come and join you yet. It's a little bit sad. It's a little bit sad, but unfortunately, there's nothing you can do yet. Like I always tell you guys, you already did your best. You just have to wait till NVC push your document to US Consulate after they resume their visa services. But as far as expedition, if you want to expedite your document, well, if you feel like you have a good reason to expedite your document, your case, you just go in and send a letter, an explanation letter to NVC. Let them know that you want to expedite your case. Make sure you put your name, all the information you need, the birthday of the person you are petitioning for. In this case, on your daughter, you send them to NVC. So if for something they think you can expedite, they will tell you yes, you can expedite it, and then from there you can do that. Okay, so that's all you can do. Just try. I won't say it's too soon or it's too late. You just have to try and see what NVC will say. Okay, so good luck on that. Let's move to another question. This one here will come from Abu Mohammed Moqtadir. Dear sir, hope you are doing well in this pandemic situation. I received our 2 petitions approved letter on June 9 and on June 23rd, 2020, from I-130 from USCIS. Both our son and daughter, who are over 21. I sent an email to www.uscis.gov/e-request on for query, and NVC told us on August 6th by an email that the National Visa Center has received our petition at our facility and will send a detailed instruction to the petitioner, principal applicant, and or attorney of the record soon. My questions to you: when we will get a welcome case creation letter or other document from NVC? How long it will be a delay? I hope you will inform us soon if possible, sir. Well, thanks for the question. Well, in this situation, it will depend on whether or not you are a U.S. citizen or you are a green card holder. Okay, so if you are a U.S. citizen and since your your kids are over 21, so it means that they're going to be affected by the immigration suspension. But it can take I would say up to 2 months in order for NVC to receive your or to send you the welcome letter. Okay, it can take, because like I always tell you guys, the NVC will key in all your kids' information in the system, create a visa case for them before they can contact you. Okay, so I would say at least 2 months. Give them at least on 2 months. And if not, then you can contact them and see if everything is going well. But you just have to wait at this point. Okay. Let's move to another question. This one will come from Ebenezer Keka. Hey bro, please, my case was accepted by NVC on the 16th of June 2020, and I'm a spouse of a US citizen. When will I receive my interview letter? Cameroonian based in Dubai. Well, thanks for the question. It will depend. Before the pandemic, usually as a spouse of a US citizen, excuse me, as a spouse of a US citizen, once NVC accepted all your documents, it can take up to 4 months in order for them to send you an interview letter. But now you have to make sure the US Consulate resume the visa services. If not, that can delay the process. If you are affected by the immigration suspension, in this case you are not affected by immigration suspension because you are the spouse of a US citizen. So I would say it can take 5 months, 6 months. Now it boils down to whether or not the US consulate in your country where you're going for the interview resume the visa services. Okay, so you just have to wait. Like I say, it can take 5 months, 6 months, 7 months. I don't know exactly how long it will take before you get an interview letter. So as long as the U.S. consulate resume the visa services and they give a green light to NVC to schedule an appointment for you, then they're gonna go ahead and schedule interview appointment for you. Okay. Let's move to another one. This one will come from, what's this, on dark mode. Hi sir, good day. I have a question. My sister filed I-130 for me, and if it will approve, can I bring all my family, my kids and my husband together with me? Well, it depends. If your husband, your kids were listed on your I-130 as a derivative applicant, and they are listed on the interview letter appointment, they will go to the interview with you and get a visa to come to United States of America, immigrant visa to come with you. Okay, so the main thing is whether or not they are listed on the I-130 petition as a derivative applicant. So let's move to another one here. This one will come from ARS. Hello, I want to ask the question about affidavit of support. My husband has only one recent federal income tax return, which is on 2019 only. On the form says, have you filed a federal income tax return for each of the 3 most recent tax year? Why should I answer yes or no? Or should I click on the box that say I was not required to file a federal income return as my income was below the IRA required level, and I've attached evidence to support this. My husband has filed only one recent tax, which is 2019 only. I appreciate your response to this thing. Well, the question is clear. If have you filed a federal income tax return for each of the 3 most recent tax year? So the thing is, you filed 1, you didn't file 2. So if I were you, I would say yes, and then I would explain them the reason why you didn't file the rest too, because there is an option you can choose like if you are not required to file the tax and all those stuff. Okay, but you cannot say no because you file at least for 1 year. Okay, Just I think that's what you're gonna do. If I were you, my answer would be yes, I did file it, but you had to explain the reason why you didn't file the rest of you choose on the correct bus, okay, for each year, okay. He has asked this question. Hi, I would just want to ask you, how long do we have to wait to do interview after receiving a documentary qualified from NVC? I received it last June 1st of 2020. It's a form I-130. I'm a U.S. citizen and a petition of my husband. Don't think so. Well, like I said a few minutes ago, normally, before the pandemic, after NVC accept your document, it will take at least 4 months in order for them to send you an interview appointment letter. But now, because of the pandemic, it can take more than that. It will depend on whether or not the U.S. Consulate resume their visa services. If they do, then I would say roughly it can take that 4 months or 5 months, and also it depends on how many people are waiting for that interview appointment in your country, okay? But it won't take that long since you are not affected by the immigration suspension. But if the U.S. Consulate doesn't resume the visa services yet, you just have to wait until they resume the visa services. So to answer your question, I don't know for sure how long it will take. It can take 4 months, it can take 5 months, it can take 6 months. You just have to wait until NVC reach out to you with the interview later, okay? So let's move to the last question of today's video, which gonna come from Skywalk Hammer. Greetings, John. Thanks for explaining everything. It's really clear. So I have a question. My case was approved from USCIS on January 2020. Then my case was transferred to NVC on March 2020. All documents have been submitted and waiting for qualification. No DS and 5540 form have been required for my case. Do I need to download the DS and 5540 form and fill it up before the interview? Thank you. Well, thanks for the question. Well, since you said the DS 5540 is not required for your case, you don't have to. But just to be on the safe side, you can upload it, fill it up, and if you want to upload it to the computer electronic application center, and then take the copy of that form and then the supported document to the interview. That one, I don't think that would be a bad idea. It just to be on the safe side in case they ask you. Even though you say you are not required to fill it out, you might go to the interview, they might ask you, you don't know. So guys, that was the last question of today's video. And like I said at the beginning of this video, I'm gonna show you the US Consulate updates on another country today. If it's something you want to know, let's go in front of my computer. Anytime you want to check the U.S. Consulate update of the country where you go for the interview, you always go to usembassy.gov, and then from here you choose the country, your country basically, okay? Or you can choose your country's letter start with an E. You just click on E, like Egypt or whatever. You just click on this. If it's like a France, you click F, and then you choose from that list. Okay. Today I'm gonna choose another country here. Let's see which country I'm gonna choose here. Let's go. Today I'm gonna choose Kenyan. Okay. Kenya is an African country. Let's click on Kenyan. And then over here you will see information of the U.S. Embassy's address. Okay, this is the address, and then the phone number in case you want to call them directly. To go to the website, you just click on U.S. Embassy Nairobi. You click on this one, and then here is the website. From here, since we are looking for information regarding visa, you just click on visas. And then it will take you to that website. Okay, over here's what it says. The United States Embassy in Kenya remain unable to resume routine immigrant and non-immigrant visa services at this time due to the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic in Kenya. we will resume routine visa services as soon as possible, but are unable to provide a specific date. Okay, so they don't know yet when they're going to resume the visa services. And once I know for sure, once they resume it, they will let you guys know on their website. Just keep checking the website. So they say if you have already paid a machine or readable visa fee, it's valid and may be used to schedule an interview appointment in the country where it was purchased within 1 year of the date of payment. So if you in that case you pay that fees and it's been a year, I mean less than a year, you still can use that to schedule an interview after the US Consulate resume visa services. For urgent need to travel immediately, please follow provided the guidelines provided at. So you click on this link to follow, actually, just to see the guidance of what you need to do if you need urgent assistance basically. Okay, so that's what it is over here. So please be advised that all entrance to the U.S. Embassy, including the consular applicant, are subject to body temperature screen and may be refused entry if displaying elevated temperature. Okay, so yeah, you just had to read through this. So basically, they didn't resume their visa services yet. But like I say, you have to keep checking the website. Now that I show you how you can check their website regularly, you just check them almost every day or every week, to see whether or not they resume their visa services. Okay, that's it for today's video, guys. I wish you guys again happy Sunday. Whatever you do today, do it peacefully. Make sure you are safe out there. Make sure you protect yourself. The pandemic is not over yet. So thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you guys on next Sunday.
USA Monde.